Alright, so here we have Mazda RX-7 FD. It was for a fairly quick turnover job. Full fiberglass front and rear wide arch kit, about 50mm oversize. Awesome cars. Let's show you around. Right, starting at the front, we fitted these oversized fiberglass front arches. Now, these will need a lot of work to get right. You can still see on the front, it doesn't fit the front bumper very well at all. Now that's because of the next stage, when it comes back, we're going to be fitting a new fiberglass front bumper body kit. So we'll get the front wing matched to the new front bumper when it comes in next time. So that's the reason that doesn't fit very well. But we've got so much work around here. I had to raise with filler, a load of filler work on the front here to match the height of the front flip up lights. Load of work across the top here to get everything fitting as perfect as possible. Getting all the gaps correct. The gaps were terrible. But every body kit we've ever fitted needs a lot of work. Some more work than others, but it's mainly always gaps and panel to panel fitment where we find problems. Getting these swage lines perfect as well. We had to actually raise this up a little bit, so we had to cut into the fiberglass, bring that up, re-glass it, so these swage lines are perfect. Get your door gaps to wing perfect as well. All the inner arch, that's been modified as well slightly. All this here, that was too low, which we can show you photos of where we started. That's all been raised up to get your perfect gaps there. So eventually, when it's painted, and we're going to go for the standard silver, it'll just look like a factory silver metal panel. So coming to the rear, you can see how deep this is, probably about 50mm oversized rear arch. So this car eventually is going to have air suspension on it as well, so it's going to be sitting probably about 3 or 4 inches lower. To do that, if we kept the standard arch inside, you're just going to be sitting the wheel arch on top of the tyre, which is what you don't want. Plus it wouldn't go very low, which is the main thing it's coming for. So the steel arch on the inside, we actually tubbed that. And if you don't know what tubbing is, what we do is you've got your inner arch, which is like a curve, if you like, and you've got your outer arch. What we do, we chop this section out, raise this up, and then weld it back into the outer arch to give as much room and wheel clearance as possible on the inner arch. Right, as you can see, there's still loads more to come from this one. This is just the first stage of this build, getting the arches done. Now this is the main and biggest part of the build. Next we come in air suspension, aftermarket wheels, I think a big brake kit, aftermarket front bumper. That's all to come in one stage after the next. So yeah, like, share, subscribe.